A very good morning and welcome to the video lecture part 2 on operation research. So in the previous class we have discussed about the introduction to operation research and some of the problems we have discussed and the definitions and the limitations of the OR. So in this class we are going to study about the characteristics of OR and some of the phases of the OR. So first we will discuss the characteristics or the properties of the operation research. So the first very important characteristics is the interdisciplinary team approach. So when you are solving a problem, you require a mathematician, a statistician, engineer, economer, and psychologist. So here the OR involves a team of experts drawn from different scientific and engineering disciplines such as mathematics, statistics, engineering, economics, and psychology. Okay. Second point, scientific research. OR uses techniques of scientific research to arrive at the optimum solution. In other words, a suitable mathematical models are evolved after a careful analysis of the problem. The model is then solved using scientific techniques to get the optimal solution. As I said, in order to solve a OR problem, it involves a statistics as well as the probability. With the help of these two techniques, the solution of the problem is arrived at. Then the third point is a holistic approach. OR always deals with the problem as a whole. Before arriving at a decision, it takes into consideration all possible interaction between various departments of the organization. The effect of each decision on the working variables of the other departments are understood and incorporated into the mathematical model before finding the optimal solution. As we have seen in the very first one, it is a interdisciplinary team of approach. So whenever the problem arises, so it is not restricted to the single department or the two. So it is all the control variables or all the variables is to be taken into consideration while arriving at the problem. Okay. Then the fourth point is profit and loss. OR tools and techniques are extremely objective and strictly looks at a maximization of the profit and minimization of the losses. It seldom takes non-quantifiable factors into consideration. OR always tries to optimize overall performance only from the monetary point of view. As we have seen that it won't consider the non-quantifiable factors like experience of the workers or intuition or any fatigue. Okay, it won't consider anything. It considers only the monetary point of view. Right? Imperfectness of the solution. By OR techniques, we may not obtain perfect answer to our problems, but certainly the quality of the solution is improved from worst to bad answers. As we have seen the definition, which is given by Sati, that it will give OR will give you the bad answers instead of the worst. Hence, here with the help of OR technique, we may not get the correct answer, but we may get the quality of the solution. Okay, from worst to bad. Then we'll see the phases of the OR technique. The main phases involved in the problem solving procedure of OR can be explained as the first one, observing the problem environment. So as we have discussed that the problem environment or the problem definition is to be very correct in order to get the correct solution. If the problem is not defined well, then you won't get the correct answer. So hence the following points needs to be observed before proceeding with the problem formulation. One is, who are the decision makers? What are their objectives? what are the permissible extreme values of the control variables. Here the control variables are what? The restriction given on the money, man, material. So these are all control variables. Which are the uncontrolled variables? What a probable effect they may have on possible solution. What are the various constraints that limit resources? So these things we need to formulate first. Before going to the formulating, first we need to observe these things very carefully. And the phase 2 is formulating the problem. Okay, the problem has to be carefully analyzed and defined after making the above observations. Since wrong formulation would not fetch a desirable solution, one must be extra careful while executing this phase. After the formulating the problem, next step is to develop a mathematical model. A mathematical model which represents the formulated problem is developed. Okay, so once the problem formulation is done, we need to go for a developing the mathematical model, and that mathematical model should consist of the decision variables, say x1, x2, x3, okay, and an objective function, whether to maximize the profit or minimize the loss. Then the constraints which limit the usage of the resources as well as defines extremities. For example, if you remember the first problem which I have mentioned, that is the problem with respect to the hens. Okay, here the decision variables are the money. Okay, the amount which is required for old hens, young hens. So this is all the decision variables. And objective function is to maximize the profit by buying the old hens and young hens. What we know as a product mix. Here we need to maximize the profit, and hence our objective function is to maximization. The constraints are the he had only 2,500 rupees on hand, and he has to buy only 20 numbers of the old and young hens. Okay, so this is all about the constraints. Okay, and then developing a mathematical model. Computations are carried out to derive the solution from the mathematical model is generated. And then last one is implementing the solution and testing the model. Once the solution is obtained, it is implemented and tested for feasibility and reasonableness. The feedback obtained is used to update or reformulate the model if necessary. Whatever the solution we get, if it is feasible, okay. If it is not feasible, again with the help of feedback, we need to reformulate the model, right? The model has to be tested as a whole from time to time to identify any errors. If any errors are obtained, again we need to reformulate. If the errors are minimized, then that model which we have obtained is valid and it can provide a reliable prediction of the system's performance. So this is how we carry out the solution for a different engineering problems which are most probably encountered, right? So this is about the characteristics and phases of the operation research, and in my next class I will discuss how the mathematical models are actually developed, and let us solve some of the problems which are encountered in the engineering and business sectors. Okay, thank you.